Good evening, everyone. I'm Linnea Batiste, your host for another one of Lake Nona Social's Let's Talk discussions. And these are great because this gives you, our community, the opportunity to ask some pretty high up people here in our community about what's going on. And we are here on location at the Lake Nona Town Center, right in front of the famous beacon. And this is important because we're talking about some updates coming here to the Lake Nona Town Center. We're going to be focusing on the Lake Nona Performance Center and also the Lake Nona Life Project and how they are connected. And with this research, you will be able to be a part of it. And actually, a lot of you have already been a part of the survey. So before we get into learning more about that, I want to introduce our two guests tonight. We have Dr. Allie Silverton. She's the medical director for Tavistock Development. And we also have Jay Groves, executive director of the Lake Nona Performance Club. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Happy to be here.
Renee. Yeah, great to be here. Thanks very much.
I know. Thank you for just putting us in your busy schedule and being here tonight. So before we get into our discussion, we have a video to explain the Lake Nona Life Project. Take a look.
Right now, Lake Nona is writing its own life story, starting with people in our own community, whose small steps here are leading to profound changes throughout our world. Welcome to the Lake Nona Life Project, a long-term health study investigating the lifestyle behaviors that optimize well-being. And you're already a part of it because you've made Lake Nona's well-being community your home.
I got involved with the Lake Nona Life Project because I feel like it's important as a member of this community to give back and also learn more about, health research and how it impacts our community.
The more I learned about it, it seems even more interesting because it's going to take the data and see how living a healthy lifestyle actually does apply towards long-term health benefits.
For us to be a part of it, I think it's a great opportunity for us as a family.
It's a pretty ambitious goal, but if you look at this is something that could be considered part of history and could advance medical science.
Some of the greatest medical advances in history have come from community participation. Working with Lake Nona Medical City researchers and partners, the Life Project will be the long-term study that cracks the code to lifelong health and answers the question, what keeps someone well?
I want to be able to identify trends that will allow me to live a happier, longer, healthier life.
I'd like to learn better ways to make sure that I'm doing all I can do for my children, that they are able to live the healthiest lifestyle as well.
This is more than just a life project. It really is a way of life.
World-class researchers are already gaining knowledge that is helping Lake Nona residents live healthier lives.
If we can help Lake Nona come to fruition as the healthiest city, then this is scalable. Then we take it globally, we take it nationally. But this is what our nation needs, a model like this.
The more people we can get involved in it, the more accurate representation we can get about our community.
It's a chance to be part of something that's bigger than yourself.
What we'll learn from the Lake Nona Life Project is going to affect the surrounding areas and maybe the world.
Communities like this throughout the country will be encouraged, and as a result, we'll see lower healthcare costs, we'll see better medicine, we'll see fewer drugs, and healthier, active, fun-loving people.
With your help, we can continue building a brighter future here in our own Lake Nona community and beyond. To be a part of the Lake Nona Life Project, simply go to mylakenonalifeproject.com and click on the Participate tab to complete your survey. Join us today to create a healthier tomorrow.
I'm proud to be part of the Life Project.
I'm making history.
We're making history.
Will you join us?
To talk about this more and how it is connected to the Lake Nona Performance Center. Again, we have Dr. Allie Silverton and we also have Jay Groves. So let's first talk about this video. Allie, please explain what the Life Project is about. We saw the video there, but how is this really helping our community? And if you could talk about how we can be a part of it.
Absolutely. It's so important because there's a lot of research that's been done on sick populations, but not a lot on well populations and how do we actually keep people well. I think one of the few well-known examples of that, and the one that we often reference, is the Framingham Heart Study, which is a long-term health study of residents in Framingham, Massachusetts that began in 1948. And most of what we know about risk factors for heart disease came from that study. We take it for granted today, but prior to this, We didn't know that poor diet, lack of exercise, smoking, high blood pressure, all lead to developing heart disease. And to this day, if you go to see your primary care doctor, they'll likely use the Framingham risk score, which was based on the findings of the study, to calculate your 10-year risk of heart disease and help determine if you might benefit from cholesterol-lowering medications and other treatments. And there's so many other interesting questions that a study like this could help answer. So, for example, the association between lifestyle factors and certain types of cancers or malignancies. We're seeing younger and younger people present often with very aggressive cancers. We need to better understand why this trend is happening and what are the most important risk factors. For example, is it something to do with our diets? How can we do a better job of preventing it and treating it if it does occur? So these are the types of things that this study will help us answer, and it'll help improve the health of our community and those of generations to come.
Thank you for that. And also, I thought it was very key that you talked about that there's a lot of research about kind of like underserved communities and sicker communities, but not well communities. And to kind of segue, I want to bring in Jay because the Lake Nona Performance Center, we've talked about it here before. This state-of-the-art center for people to be well, to exercise is coming here to the Lake Nona Town Center. Talk about the Performance Center and also how that's going to connect with this survey and helping our community as a whole.
Thank you, Linnea. And you're right, it is coming. It has been talked about for probably 4 or 5 years and planned in greatest detail, and we are well underway construction-wise. The Lake Nona Performance Club is scheduled to open August 1st of 2021. So what is the Lake Nona Performance Club? Well, the Lake Nona Performance Club is a fitness, sports performance, and integrative health center designed to improve the well-being of the entire Lake Nona community. And let me take a few minutes to kind of unpack that just a little bit. So first of all, a fitness center. Within this building are going to be some of the most remarkable and extensive fitness amenities one could imagine. Think about in one location having an 8,000 square foot rock climbing gymnasium, an aquatic center that has 3 pools, a basketball court where we'll be able to have a basketball, soccer, badminton, and recreational pickleball league. An incredible exercise center that has over 200 pieces of equipment that's technology advanced, and an incredible space to promote mind, body, and emotional health and well-being. So on the fitness side, we're going to have the state-of-the-art equipment and a beautiful facility designed to really serve the needs of everyone within the community. Sports performance, what is that? This is a really dynamic community. Orlando has professional athletes, collegiate athletes, and aspiring athletes really at every level. So we're going to have the ability to test, to assess, really provide programming for athletes from middle school all the way up to elite professional athletes. You may be thinking, well, I'm well past my time as far as athletic performance is concerned. We believe that in life, we are all performers. We have a role that's important. And maybe your role as a spouse, a grandparent, or particularly specifically, you may be a cancer patient, a diabetes patient, trying to manage your health. At the Lake Nona Performance Club, we'll be able to do the same assessments that we do on athletes to evaluate your health and help you come up with a plan of movement and health that will allow you to optimize your well-being. That's the performance side. What does this integrative health component mean? Well, to us, integrative health has 2 kind of primary elements. One is integrating with the healthcare system. In Lake Nona, we have this wonderful facility, amenity that we know as Medical City. So how do we integrate with Medical City? We're going to have a medical director. In fact, I'm happy to announce that our medical director is Dr. Sharon Wasserstrom, faculty at the UCF College of Medicine. She'll be an important leader and influencer within our center. We're also going to have a medical advisory council that will consist of physicians and healthcare providers for Medical City and the Lake Nona community that will advise us on emergency response plans, our COVID safety plan, and other aspects of the center from an operational standpoint. And lastly, from a medical standpoint, we're going to have some exercise programs for individuals with chronic medical conditions like heart disease, cancer, diabetes. All these programs will be overseen by staff who work for the Lake Nona Performance that are under the direction of our medical advisory board.
Awesome. And I also really want to talk about as well. So, of course, this Lake Nona Performance Center is different from your average fitness club, right? And so can you talk about what is the difference? Because some people may say, I already have a gym membership, right?
Yeah.
So why would they need to be a part of the Lake Nona Performance Club?
Well, that's a great question, and I think we have some really important answers for that question. So first of all, we're going to look at the entire person. The way that we assess and onboard our members, which will include everyone having the opportunity to complete the Lake Nona Life Survey. We're going to look at your physical, emotional, and your spiritual well-being, and we're going to provide programming specific to your entire, all your needs. And we're going to have programs, amenities, and services that allow us to do that. So that's different from most fitness centers. Secondly, our service model is really unique. One of the things we're going to pride ourselves is having a very precise approach to programming. So when you come in, we're going to have a variety of assessments that will allow us to understand any medical challenge you might have, what your training goals might be, and what your behavioral challenges might be as far as physical activity and lifestyle change is concerned. You'll be working with a trainer in the first month as a part of our service model, help customize the plan for you. And every 3 months, for the life of your membership, you'll have an opportunity to work with that trainer as your fitness needs change over time. So our assessments are going to be unique. Your experience with the training staff are going to be unique. And we think really special is we're going to be measuring outcomes. We want to know how your health improves and how the health of this community is improved by your experience at the Lake Nona Performance Club.
So it's really definitely all about the well-being of those who are part of this club. And I also want to just welcome everyone that just joined us. Again, we are talking about the Lake Nona Performance Club and also the Lake Nona Life Project and how this survey and the Performance Club, they're working together to make our community healthier. So ask your questions about Tavistock and some of the upgrades they're doing here. We also will be giving away 2 giveaways at the end of this broadcast. 2 $15 gift certificates to BurgerFi, which is a very good burger place, all natural, grass-fed beef. So definitely you want to ask those questions, because as you ask those questions, we will be picking a winner at the end of the conversation. So Jay, you talked about the Performance Center. Now, Dr. Alley, please talk about how this life project, the Lake Nona Life Project, this survey and research, this ongoing research is really going to tie into the Performance Center. Because some people may say, we see the gym or the Performance Center, and then we also hear about this survey, but how is it going to connect together?
Yeah, it's a great question. We like to say that the Lake Nona Performance Club will be the home of the Life Project. So in addition to all the unique attributes that Jay was talking about being a medically integrated sports, fitness, and performance center, it's also going to be a place that people will be able to come together and learn about the Life Project. Additionally, as Jay mentioned, the survey will be offered as part of the onboarding process for all of their members. So in addition to offering them the survey, they'll also be collecting objective data from all of the members that come in. So things such as hand grip strength, which is interesting because that has been independently linked with longevity, meaning if you have a stronger hand grip strength, which is a surrogate for overall strength, right, that you are more likely to live longer than someone who has a weaker hand grip strength. They're also going to be collecting body composition and may even be able to offer things like genetic testing. And these are all possibilities that we're considering and would be a fantastic addition for the Lake Nona Life Project to be able to incorporate objective data like that along with the survey data to give us even more information to study and be able to follow over time. So these are the kind of things that make the relationship between the Performance Club and the Lake Nona Life Project so powerful. And then in addition to that, I would say we hope to host some exclusive members-only events at the Performance Club for those that have completed the survey. So for example, a sneak peek event during opening week, perhaps. We also anticipate members-only events at the Performance Club, such as exclusive yoga or mind-body events, educational events, and maybe even things like rock climbing. So.
And that's pretty cool. Talk about these member-only events and the membership side of it. So talk about this membership. How can people join? And when will they be able to join? Because I know a lot of people have been asking us, when is it coming? Because they're so excited. So maybe, Jay, if you could touch on that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So even though the center doesn't open until August 2021, we will start selling memberships in January, probably mid-January of 2021. Right here, I'm located in one of the office buildings here in the town center. And very near here is where we're going to have our pre-sales office. So we will have membership rates, particularly special membership rates for founding members, individuals, couples, and families. And for us, anyone over the age of 13 is able to have an independent membership to the Lake Nona Performance Club. And under the age of 13, your kids that are between the ages of, let's say, from 6 years old to 12 years old, we will have special programming that's offered through the week in our rock climbing gym, in our gymnasium. So programming around, basketball, recreational sports, aquatics programming, rock climbing programming. So there's really membership opportunities for the entire family. So if you're interested, and I hope all of you are, please go online to our web page, LakeNonaPerformanceClub.com, and we encourage you to register with us. By registering with us, we will update you on a monthly basis regarding our progress, construction progress, pictures of the project, and more information about our details. And probably by the first part of December, we will be able to announce our membership rate for all the membership I previously. So again, NonaPerformanceClub.com. Please register with us. Just give first name, last name, and email address, and you will be in the know. Everything there is to know about the club as we move forward, we will be sharing that with you real time.
And if you didn't get that, we'll make sure to put up those websites at the end of our broadcast. But we do have a question right now that just came in. Can any of this data be shared with our physicians or our primary care doctors? Dr. Alley, if you would like to answer that for us.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that would be a great thing to offer. I think the concern with that is that, privacy and data security are really most important for us, and we take that responsibility really seriously. So the only people that are able to see the results of the survey are the research team at Advent Health. And even then, the data that they receive will be completely de-identified, meaning that your name will not be associated with it. And then looked at in aggregate. So we look at all the data together and try to get information from that. So at this time, there isn't a way to do that, but you're always welcome to kind of share the information that you learn or that you go through in the survey with your primary care doctor. And we definitely encourage that.
And when it comes to the survey, will people get any type of compensation for it? I know that's something that people want to know. Will they get any compensation? And also, how is their information protected, especially in this digital age? If you can talk on both of those topics, Dr. Alley.
Of course, yeah. So anyone that participates in the survey, we offer you a Lake Nona Life Project t-shirt. And then in addition, actually, in partnership, we have an ongoing relationship with Deepak Chopra, and he's provided previous exclusive members only opportunities for the Lake Nona Life Project members. He has a new book coming out called Total Meditation. In fact, I think it came out yesterday. And in celebration of that, we'd also like to announce that anyone who takes the survey for the next month will get a free copy of Deepak's book on meditation. So once you've taken the survey, please feel free to email Lake Nona Life Project at lakenonainstitute.org, and we can hook you up with a free t-shirt and total meditation.
All right, and thank you for that. Jay, let's talk about the Lake Nona Performance Center as well. When people can go there, I think you said that it's going to be opening up next year. What are some other things that people can find out right now about, what's coming next year? Talk about your website again, and also where people can just learn more about these members only event. We kind of talked about that when just you and I were connecting last night. If you could talk more about these events, because I think that's a pretty cool incentive for people to have looking forward to the upcoming opening next year.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to make it clear that anyone can participate in the life survey right now. You don't have to wait till the performance club's open. We're going to be offering the life survey to all members of the performance club. The life survey is open now. Please, if you're interested, go online and go ahead and take the survey. But the amenities about that are part of the performance club, we could be more excited about, because it's going to be hard to find this package. In fact, we don't think you could find this combination of programs and services really, anywhere else in the United States. And so we're going to be very thoughtful about how we engage our community, particularly in this era of pandemic. So fitness centers have had to really figure out safety and emergency preparedness and preparedness in relationship to COVID. So we're going to have some very robust technology as far as cleaning the center, some pretty sophisticated UV light that will allow us to have the safest environment possible for our members. We want to make it safe for you to come in, safe while you're in the building, and safe when you leave the building. That would be a very innovative component to the center. In addition to that, we're going to have some very, and I use this term very serious, authentic space when it comes to mind-body movement. Often when you go in a fitness center, they teach the yoga classes and the Pilates classes in the same studio where they teach Zumba and kickboxing and other forms of group exercise. Well, what that loses is the importance of being able to control light and sound and even smell in a place like a mind-body studio, when I'm talking about aromatherapy and things of that nature. So at the Lake Nona Performance Club, a space where we will be teaching the vast majority of our yoga, hot yoga, wall yoga, Pilates. It's going to be authentic space that'll be beautiful and just really as effective as any mind-body space that you can find. So that's going to be a unique aspect of the center. And then the program that we're going to provide, for healthy adults, regardless of your medical challenge. That's one of the benefits of having a medical advisory council. We'll be able to seek their guidance as we create programming for individuals that are trying to manage their diabetes, deal with their cancer. I have a close friend that's stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. We're going to be a place for her to come and find safe where she can, achieve the results that matter to her and their faith and relationship for treatment. Trying to find that balance where we're a fitness center, a recreational center for the entire family to have very thoughtful, evidence-based programming for the medical community. Those are some of the things that we think are going to make the Lake Nona Performance Club really unique.
So we have a fitness center, recreational center all together. And if you be a part of it, you can also take the survey to just help our community get better and healthier. For those that are joining us, I kind of want to start back from the beginning. I know that we are kind of on Facebook Live right now, so you all are clicking in and clicking out and coming back in the middle of conversation. So I just want to update everyone. We are talking with Dr. Allie Silverton. She is the medical director for Tavistock Development, and also Jay Groves. He is the executive director of the Lake Nona Performance Club. And they are answering all your questions tonight about this survey, about the Performance Club. Also, if you have any questions about how Tavistock is continuing to build the Lake Nona community, we are here at the Lake Nona Town Center where the Performance Club will be. So as you can see, this is something we are definitely looking forward to. For everyone that's here, ask your questions. We are giving away gift certificates to BurgerFi at the end of this show, 2 $15 gift certificates for those people who ask a question and engage with us. We would love for you all to check it out. BurgerFi just opened. I've checked it out. Maxine has checked it out. It's great. You don't want to miss it. All right, so let's kind of start a little bit back from the beginning. But before that, we actually have a comment. This is from Guillermo Alcover. Is there any information on pricing for memberships for individuals, couples, families, etc.? Jay, we kind of talked about these member-only events and when it's opening and the membership and what it entails. But are there any details that you could give us about pricing?
Well, the pricing will be announced in early December, and we are finalizing that, and it will be announced on our website, and we'll have a lot of PR promotional events. And that we'll be very transparent about our pricing. You'll know what that is, but we're working out the details before we finalize that and are ready to announce it, in early December. So just stay tuned. Please register with us, and you'll be the first to receive that information once it becomes available. And again, the pricing will be announced in in December. We'll have very unique, discounted founders membership pricing that will be available as early as mid-January when we begin to open membership to the entire community. I want to also add that we want this facility to be a place where the community comes, really promote their health and well-being, whether or not they're members. So one of the important elements of the Performance Club is our community education space. Our community education space is going to be available, pretty much through the week to provide health education topics of a variety of different issues. Many of these topics will be presented by members of our medical advisory committee. The vast majority of these presentations will be free to the Lake Nona community. So we want you to come, be a part of who we are and what we do. We'd love for you to join, but even if you don't join, there's going to be opportunity for you to come to learn about your health and promote your health for both you and your family.
And I think this is very important to point out. So yes, you're stringing us along. We're going to have to wait till December to learn the pricing. But if you stay with Lake Nona Social, we'll also make sure that as soon as they release that information, we will educate you all and let you all know so you all can take advantage of it. But it's great to know that even if you are not a member, you can still take part of a lot of the benefits and some of the events. And also you can take a part in the survey that's really going on right now, and that will be used by the Lake Nona Performance Center to help our community learn how to be better. And again, I kind of want to go to the beginning to talk about the Lake Nona Life Project with Dr. Ali, but we do have a question that came in because I want to make sure that I get our community out there. Again, if you ask a question, you get a gift certificate to BurgerFi possibly. We're giving out 2, so make sure you do that. All right, so the question from one of our viewers, will there be registered dietitians providing nutrition counseling at the Performance Center? If you could talk about that as well.
I love these questions. This is a very engaged community.
Yeah, really.
So
they want to make sure they're healthy. They love the well-being aspect of what you all are offering.
You bet it. And I love every bit of it. Look forward to meeting many of you once our doors are open. So in terms of nutrition, we'll have 2 ways to address nutrition needs. One is we will have a registered dietitian on staff be available to provide traditional medical nutrition therapy for those that seek that. In addition to that, in our community education space will be a demonstration kitchen. So we will have an integrated nutritionist who multiple times each month will be providing mostly free interactive teaching demonstration workshops in the educational space. So nutrition is such a big part of our lives. And for many people, it can be confusing. We're going to help you cut through the maze, providing the opportunity for both one-on-one consults if it's important to you, and the opportunity to be with a highly accomplished integrative nutritionist who also has culinary skills.
That's amazing. Well, thank you. We have dietitians. You'll be able to get a physical assessment, and also you'll be able to participate in the Lake Nona Life Project, which is amazing stuff. I want to really get to that, Dr. Ali. Talk about what are just some data that right now you already have gathered from this survey, since we do have people in our community that have already participated. If you can kind of talk about what you all have already discovered and maybe what you all want to discover more in the future.
Sure. So we're still relatively early on in the process, but some of the takeaways from the initial survey were that although people in Lake Nona are often have a higher level of education and above average income, they still struggle with some of the same problems that other demographics struggle with. So, for example, 35% of participants sleep less than 6 hours a day, which we know is not good for our health. In addition, about half reported having stress in their life. And imagine if we look at the data now, it will be even higher. Not surprisingly, health problems like related to stress, like ulcers and migraines, were also common. But it's all important for us to know as we're designing a community of the future where the physical and mental well-being of its residents are our priority. And that's why the Performance Club is so important to us and why the relationship with the Life Project is such a great fit. I think it's also important to note with this that it's a long-term study, and the more people that participate, the more meaningful data we'll have in order to draw conclusions and be able to continue to share those things with you. So stay tuned for sure. And the more of you participate, the more we're going to have. So.
And where can you participate? Because I was able to log onto the survey last night. It's very easy to register. If you could talk about, just mention the website where people can register right now to be a part of this ongoing research.
Exactly, yes. You can register right now. You go to liveworkparticipate.com and click on Take the Survey. And the survey is open to anyone over the age of 18 who lives, works, studies, or plays at Lake Nona. So originally it was just anyone who lived or worked here, and we were recently able to expand that definition to also anyone that worked and played here. So we wanted to, or play and study here, because we wanted to really include the whole community, and that includes our many students at Valencia, University of Central Florida, and University of Florida. So if you go to that website, I would say give yourself about 40 minutes to take the survey. If you don't have 40 minutes, that's okay. You can get started and then you can come back to it. You don't have to take it all at once.
So don't let it discourage you. You can go out, you can come back in. It's definitely something you want to be a part of. And as you saw in the video earlier, a lot of people right here in your community, your neighbors, have been a part of it. So before we wrap up, again, for everyone that's commenting, we're looking at your comments. I know you all are going for that BurgerFi gift certificate. We will be notifying you within the comments if you want. So thank you for everyone that's participating. But before we wrap up, again, any last words from you, Jay, about the Lake Nona Performance Center? And then after that, Dr. Ali, please just wrap up how this Lake Nona Life Project is really helping our community.
Well, I'd like to say I couldn't be more excited about the partnership between the Lake Nona Performance Club and the Lake Nona Life Project. And I've got to give a lot of credit to Gloria Caulfield and some of the other leaders at Tavistock who had this vision. So the life survey is really understanding what are the lifestyle behaviors, the ways that we engage and really take care of ourselves that promote health and well-being, over long periods of time. And the Performance Club is all about helping people really make better decisions and provide support so individuals can live, the healthiest life possible. So we are really excited about this partnership. And when you think about the Lake Nona Life Survey, the what's in it for me kind of scenario, which is a good question. If you're going to give 40 minutes of your time, every couple of years to be a part of this longitudinal study, you're going to first of all learn quite a bit about your own health just by going through the process of filling out these questions. It will be pretty insightful in terms of what you'll learn about your health, your own health behaviors. Secondly, you'll be contributing to science that not only can improve the health of our country, but specifically improve the health of the Lake Nona community itself. We're really excited to be bringing these member-only events to the Performance Club. We'll have physical space, where that's possible, where we can bring everyone in for a Saturday morning, members-only program. So individuals that have completed the life survey, to participate in a progressive yoga class, or maybe even learn how to rock climb a little bit. So we are just thrilled about the partnership and just think it is a kind of a marriage made in heaven.
So a lot of classes, a lot of things you could learn. And I thought we were going to be wrapping up, but we have a lot of people commenting now. So we definitely want to get those comments in. We're going to do about 5 or 6. And we had someone who was asking about Qigong classes, other classes that you're going to be offering. If you could talk about, again, more of the classes. I know you were talking about rock climbing. Here's the question. Can Jay or Dr. Ali speak about the Tai Chi or Qigong classes at the Performance Club or similar programs?
Absolutely. So we'll have a robust offering of group exercise classes, really over 100 group exercise classes offered each week. And those will range from cycling classes to kickboxing classes, Zumba. But in terms of mind-body movement, we will definitely be offering every week multiple Tai Chi and Qigong classes for all of our membership. And then in our mind-body studio, we'll be offering a variety of yoga classes, meditation classes, and Pilates classes. So it will be robust and it will be ever changing and it will reflect the interests of this very diverse community.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to take another comment. Is there going to be childcare available, especially for someone like me who has a toddler? Maybe people are wondering, will that be an option for them?
Yes, the child watch services are really important for a center like this, and particularly for young moms who are just needing a little time away, but want to be able to leave their child safe in a safe place in close proximity. So for a small fee on top of membership, you will be able to bring your child to our child care center however many times a week you want to work out for up to 2 hours with every visit. So yes, it will be available. And it will be staffed pretty much every hour that we're open. So we know that's an important resource, and it will be very much a part of our center.
We also have another question, and this question comes after my own heart for someone who loves juices and smoothies. They want to know, will you offer veg and out juice and smoothies inside the Performance Club, or will members have to go across the street to get their post-workout recovery juices and shakes? Right. That's very important, especially if you're going to be doing high cardio, Tai Chi, cycling. You want to make sure you can, get a smoothie. But if we have to cross the street, that's fine. But if you can answer that question.
We're going to do our best to keep you from having to cross the street.
Okay.
So recovery is so important to sports and exercise, and nutrition is a big part of that. So we are still in the process of finalizing what our food offering will be. And it will probably be in phases. But initially, we're looking at recovery drinks, smoothies, sandwiches, and things of that nature. And those will be food items that really anybody from the community can access. For those of you that are members, as you're leaving the center, they'll be readily available for purchase, and they'll be very healthy, and we'll be very thoughtful about what we offer in this regard. But more details to come as far as what our nutritional offerings will be and what will be available at our cafe.
Awesome. We have Eric that just chimed in and said, thanks for all the good info. If again, Dr. Alley, if you could just kind of talk about the Lake Nona Life Project again and how that's all tying in, because I think people are excited about the Performance Center, but I want them to also understand that they could be a part of just even a bigger change of wellness that that you all actually are creating and we are a part of.
Yeah, it's so important to help understand the health of the community and how insights from this study will help future generations as well as our community to live a healthier life. So I think it was just a natural connection with the Performance Club, and I think that we're excited to be able to incorporate that in all the ways that we've talked about with the onboarding, with the exclusive members only events. I think that being able to follow whole person health over time, as we're doing a lot of these other interventions that Jay was mentioning at the club with, nutritionists and physical therapists and exercise plans, it's going to be a really, really unique opportunity.
And can you say your one more time for the survey?
The website?
Yes.
So it's liveworkparticipate.com.
And Jay, can you also say your website again for the Lake Nona Performance Club?
Sure can. It is LakeNonaPerformanceClub.com.
Okay, so everyone, if we're about to wrap up now, but if you want to learn more information about this wonderful ongoing research, and also if you want to stay tuned for the Lake Nona Performance Club, pricing, updates, members only events that we all can be a part of, make sure that you go to their websites, follow their pages. We will also be keeping you updated here. So make sure if you're just tuning in today, like our page, tell all your neighbors to like our page. And also congratulations to those people who are going to be getting a really good treat at BurgerFi. It's amazing. Tell them Lake Nona sent you. Well, thank you all for joining us again. I'm Linnea Batiste here with Let's Talk with Lake Nona Social. You all have a wonderful night. See you next time.